Hi again, it's Margaret, or should I say, ahoy matey. Yes, I might be dressed a little differently. It's just kind of the time of year where you've got to get a little crazy. And I had the most delicious dish when I was visiting the coast of Carolina. And I wanted to recreate this because it was so good. So, since it is kind of the spooky season, and it was a Caribbean dish, I decided to make Caribbean pirate coconut rice. And it is so good. It's a jasmine rice. And it's going to be vegan. It's going to be fat-free except for the coconut. And you can pick if you want a light coconut or whatever the case may be. So let's get started and make something good, shall we? I've already got my pan on kind of a low heat, and this is light coconut milk. I'm going to use 1.5 cups of it. And what I'm going to do is work on slowly bringing this up to a boil. Got 1.5 cups of that, and then in my grog I have a little water, and I want to do about 1/2 cup more of just plain water. Okay, so we're going to do the 1/2 cup coconut milk, 1.5 cup coconut milk and 1/2 cup of water. Because as with all rice, you want to do basically 2 to 1, two parts water to 1 part of the rice. I picked a jasmine rice because it's really aromatic and flavorful, and it's delicious in different dishes, and so that's kind of what I wanted to focus on today, was a dish like that. I do have some pink Himalayan salt that I'm going to put a little bit, and the coconut milk, because the coconut milk, and I'm using the lighter one, is slightly sweet, and then you want to kind of counterbalance that with a little bit of the coconut milk. The other things that we can, or you could add, is it depends on how much you want this to be a main dish or side dish. If you wanted it to be a main dish, you could put in celery. If you like onions, you could put in onions. You could put in garlic. You could put in all different kinds of things and make it more of a main dish. This is going to be just a little side dish, so I'm just going to add some fresh English peas. These were actually frozen, and I'm just letting them thaw because I'm going to put them, they're the kind of smaller ones. They're organic, and I'm going to put them in at the last minute. Because peas are great. They're delicious and they're fresh, and you really don't have to cook them. I think it takes a lot away from them when you do. I also have, like I said, 1 cup. Can't see it because of the camera angle. I have 1 cup of jasmine rice. Do you like my props? And then I also have, to top it, some fresh cilantro. I just wanted to use fresh cilantro to keep in with the Caribbean type lighter flavor. So what we're going to do first is bring our coconut milk and pink Himalayan salt up to a boil. And then I'm going to put the rice in. It says to let it cook for about 20 minutes, which is pretty typical when you're dealing with the this type of rice. So about 20 minutes. But you got to watch it, fluff it, and kind of keep an eye on it. So I'll let you know when this is up to a boil. Okay, I see tiny bubbles floating in the ocean. I'll change the camera angle so you can see the stove better. Yay, we're boiling. I'm going to add the jasmine rice. I'm going to give it a quick stir, and I'm going to cut this down and let it come back up to a boil for a second. Make sure it keeps bubble, toil and trouble. There it goes, it's at a boil. I'm going to cut it all the way down to 2 or low, whichever one is better. Some people might feel the need to add oil or butter or whatever. You know what? You don't need it. It's just the fat. It's just not necessary. So cut the fat. Cut the fat. See my knife? And just stick with the flavors of the food itself. And that's what's good. So basically, besides the coconut milk fat, you've got nothing else. And this is going to be light and delicious and a great side dish. You could accompany a soup with this. You could do fresh vegetables, or you could just have it as it is. Like I said, add some more flavors to it if you wanted. For example, you could add asparagus, would be great in this dish, celery, anything like that. But I just wanted the simplicity of what I had when I was down at the coast of Carolina. It was so good and so light that I wanted to come back and recreate it as healthy as possible. So we've got a rice on low, and we're going to let it camp out. And if you guys have any other requests for videos that you'd like to see, something that maybe you had that you wanted to make fat-free or vegetarian or vegan, my props, they've gone awry. Just put it in the comment box below, because I love your feedback and I'd love to, you know, make some dishes around that. Now, I love habaneros. They are mean, but they are so good. And they really increase the warmth in your body, the temperature in your body. Thus, it kind of gets your parts moving, if you will. It gets things really warmed up inside. So in the winter, it is smart to get the warmth that comes from the peppers to really get your body going, increase your metabolism, because peppers are great. So to this dish, yeah, you could add some fresh jalapeno if you don't like it as hot as a habanero. Just chop up finely some jalapeno pepper and put it in when you put in the peas and the cilantro. It doesn't even have to be cooked in there really. Just keep it fresh and light and crisp, and it just adds, ooh, we're boiling over because of the lid. Okay, it just keeps it light and fresh, and I love that part. I'm going to give it a stir, and that's the thing about this kind of rice, you have to watch it. You need to be on standby with water in case you have to increase it, and with a spoon, because you don't want this to stick. Because it's in the coconut milk, it's not the same as it would be if it were in just plain water. So you want to kind of keep an eye on it. Keep breaking it up and getting it incorporated. It's not sticking though, it's really nice. It definitely needs to be broken up a little bit. But just take it off, break the clumps up, so you don't want clumpy, lumpy rice, and then get that lid back on there. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. It's been about 24 minutes. I did add about 1/4 of a cup to a 1/2 cup more water and kept stirring. It's looking good and creamy. And I'm going to show you what it looks like after I put the extra ingredients in. So, what we're going to do now is add the English peas that were frozen. If you have access to fresh peas, go for it, because that would be great. You like my crab? Since I'm in the Caribbean, he tried to get away. And then you stir the peas in. They just add a great texture and flavor. That is beautiful. I wish you could see it. Oh, it's so pretty and gorgeous. Then I'm going to top it with some fresh cilantro. I like the stems too. I like the crunch that it adds. I think they're delicious. So I would do that. We're going to stir in the cilantro. As I said, you could add celery, asparagus. Clearly, I think everything that needs to be green that's going to be added into this. But it's good, and it's healthy, and it's light, and it's an elegant side dish. It really is. It could be a main dish with another vegetable in there. And that 1 cup made this entire pan full. Look at how much that is. That's a lot of rice. The jasmine really takes hold of the flavor and grows on you. Okay, so I have my conch shell. Can you see that on camera? I don't know if it shows up well enough. Isn't that beautiful? Someone brought me this back as a gift. And it's a serving piece. So I'm going to put just a little bit in here. And I'm going to top it with some fresh cilantro. And it's going to be gorgeous and delicious and nutritious and hot. I like to make sure I burn my tongue in every video and spill something or overflow something. At least I'm consistent. Okay, here it goes, the taste test. Can you see the steam? Mmm, that's really good. It's creamy. It almost tastes buttery. Don't ask me why. There is no butter in here, and it's delicious. Oh, that's really good. You could also add turmeric, or you could add more salt, and you, like I said, you could definitely add hot pepper or even cayenne pepper. But it's delicious. It's creamy. It's versatile. It can be a main dish. It can be a side dish. It can be whatever you want. But I hope you give it a try. I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video. We literally have been busy. We've been traveling. We've been everywhere. And I'm going to get back on the video train again. So thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments below. And as always, give this a thumbs up. Give this a thumbs up. And thanks for watching.